everybody! Today we're going to be talking about all my blushes, starting with the liquid ones first. So first of all, we have my Physicians Formula, the Organic Wear Dewy Blush Elixir. It's a very liquidy formula. Here, let me get some on my hand. You can see it's very liquid. It's a beautiful color though. It's a little bit on the orangey brown side for me. It stays very, very dewy on the skin. I have to say it doesn't really dry down very well. It does tend to, it kind of blends out really easily, so you can't really go wrong with it per se. You can't really do too much as long as you can blend it out. What I usually like to do is put on the cheeks with my fingers, and then if it's too much, I'll just take my foundation brush and blend it out. The next one I have is the liquid blush that I've had for a really long time. This is when Glossier first came out. I have the Cloud Paints in Beam. Oh, there's a kitty paw. There's going to be some kitty interjections throughout this video. Don't mind them. This is also kind of more of a gel, creamy, less liquidy formula than the Physicians Formula. It's relatively pigmented, as you can see. It's a really fresh apricot color. I really enjoy this on my skin tone. The finish does dry down and it's not overly sticky after it's dried down, but it does take a little bit of time. The one problem I have with this is that when I squeeze the product out, I usually get too much, so that tends to be a problem. This is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm in the color Pinched. I saw Jessica Braun on YouTube talk about this. This is a very similar formula to the Cloud Paints. I honestly haven't used these side by side enough to really kind of be able to tell the difference between the two in terms of formula. So this one is a very kind of skin tone color. It almost doesn't show up on my skin tone. It's a little too beige, I think, but it's really nice. I think when I'm in the winter time, it's a nice color for me because I don't have a tan, so it'll actually show up, and it's like just a nice healthy flush color. It's nothing like pink or particularly that stands out, but it's very natural, as you can see right there. It also has this kind of dewy finish that does dry down. I think this actually dries down a little bit faster than the Glossier one, but I think the general finish is the same. They both last, I think about the same amount of time. Not a super long time. If you like work for several hours out of the week, several hours in the day, it will kind of rub off. So I have another one in a different color. This is actually the first one I got, like over a year or two ago. This is in the color Melon. I think it's just a little too strong for me of a color. This is like this very red. You can already see it, like kind of the dry bits. I'm just gonna do that much because it's gonna get really intense. It's very pigmented, as you can see. It's very pigmented. Look at that. Holy crap. This is definitely not a color for someone like me. It's pretty pale, or else I have to like blend it out a lot. It's got a very strong like reddish tone underneath, which is not entirely flattering for my skin. Actually, it just makes me look like I have some sort of skin disorder or something. But such a nice formula. I haven't tried mixing it. Maybe mixing the two would be good, because I really feel like I can't use this on its own, unfortunately. I've done it a couple times and I haven't really enjoyed how it ended up looking. So next we have the Chantecaille Gelee in Hydrating Cream Gel Blush in Happy. Well, let's see, we got here, we got this one. Actually a really interesting texture. It's like definitely more of a gel than any of the other ones, and it's definitely a little pricier. It's got this pearlescence to it, which is really interesting. I wore it today to work, and it's definitely got like kind of low level shine. It's really hard to see on camera, but it's this kind of baby pink color. I don't usually get this color for myself, but actually it was pretty flattering today for my skin tone. I usually go for warmer colors. This is like a more of a neutral, cool pink color. It actually is pretty nice. Kind of hard to see on here because the clouds keep moving and my natural lighting is really off. Those are all of my liquid blushes. I think that my favorite one right now would have to be kind of a tie between the Chantecaille and the Flower Bomb in Pinched. Even though I've only used this one once. It's got some cat noise going on. Okay. Anyway, so these are, I'll probably put it as a tie. I'm gonna just kind of leave this out for now, I guess, because it's a little early to tell. And then I think I would do the Physicians formula, because I really enjoy this formula. It's beautiful, it's very shiny. It just doesn't dry down very much, but that's okay. And then we put the Cloud Paint in Beam next. I'm not sure why, but I actually do like this a lot. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, all of these are kind of a tie in this group here. And then this one, I love the formula, but it's just, the color is not right for me, so oh well. Sorry about the camera. The cats are kind of on the chair that I've got the camera sitting on, so they're kind of being rowdy here. Come on. Let's move on to a couple stick ones. So I have got 3 stick blushes here. So they're all creams. The first one, let's talk about the Colourpop one in Mini Me. So let's crack that open. This one is this kind of cooler toned. It's got a little bit of like purple to it, I think. More of a, yeah, it's more pink, more on the blue side of things. It's I do enjoy it. It looks nice on the cheeks in the winter time when I'm pretty pale. It's cute packaging. It's gonna last me a long time. It does last quite a while. It stays pretty creamy on the skin, but I do find that it stays well. So this is the Ilia Multistick in I Put a Spell on You. It's like this very small, compact metal packaging. You can open it. It's like this very peachy color. Let's try it. Let's find a good spot. Let's put it right here. So it's actually almost kind of an orange color. It could go well with a lot of kind of medium skin tones if you build it up. And I really like it. It's a little more dewy finish. It's a really beautiful kind of spring summer color if you're going to the beach and that kind of situation. The staying power isn't phenomenal for this one just because it's a little more of a dewy finish, but that's okay. The next one is somewhat similar. This is the Nudestix and Nudies Bloom in Tiger Lily Queen. This is the one that's got 2 ends to it, one brush end, sorry. I don't really use this. I think a lot of people skip it. I don't really know why they use it, but they put it on there, but whatever. This one, as you can see, is a very bright kind of coral color. It's a coral pink. It's actually a color I really like on my nails. You can compare to the Ilia, which is down here. It's a lot more pink. Also a great color for summer, really. The Ilia one's more work-friendly, I think. Also a nice compact package. A lot of product in here. So I really like all 3 of these equally, I think. All of these. I tend to use a blush brush, kind of take it, kind of swipe it in there, and then I will use the blush brush to put on my cheeks for a better diffuse look. It's harder to blend out well when it's with just your fingers because you put so much color on in one spot, and so it's kind of harder to blend out. These are kind of more, they're cream blushes again, so they're that they're just in different packaging. They're basically the same category as the stick ones we talked about, so they're just in compact. So this one, let's start with this. This is the Honest Beauty blush, cream blush in Peony Pink. It's got a little nice mirror. The packaging is so cute. It's very pink. It's got a little bit of orange in there. It's brighter and more pigmented than I expected. It's more pigmented, less dewy than the stick, all three of the stick blushes that I have. Maybe a little, about the same as the Colourpop one, but kind of that same quality. It kind of dries down very quickly, and as you can see, it doesn't budge. I do really, really like this color. So, would highly recommend. I may buy other colors of this one. Next one is the Kosas Duo in Velvet Melon. So this one's got the highlighter side, and it's got a blush side. So this one I talked about in my highlighter video, and then we can talk about the blush. The blush is a little more drier than the less emollient than the highlighter side, but it's equally beautiful. I like both of them just as much. So it's like kind of this orangey color. I really like orangey looking blushes. Let's see if we can focus here. Really gives a youthful kind of look to the cheeks. And then the next one we have Stila. This is the Convertible Color Dual Lip and Cheek Cream in Lillium. This one actually I picked up. It's like an oldie but a goodie, I think. A lot of people, we don't talk about it, I feel like, as much on YouTube, or the YouTube world that I follow. It also is extremely creamy, similar to, I think, the Honest Beauty one. They both have kind of like a similar vibe of creaminess. This is more pinky. I think the Honest Beauty, this one just like more of a bluer undertone than the Honest Beauty pink one. And it also dries down relatively quickly, lasting power really similar. So these two I would kind of rate as kind of similar quality blushes, and then this one is more emollient. But they're all kind of like a matte finish. They're not like luminous. And then we'll move on to the last category, which are the kind of powder and then cream to powder. This Colourpop one doesn't really fit in any category, but I consider it more of a powder blush than anything else. So yeah, so I just put it in this category. So a couple famous ones, I think the Milani. This is the baked blush in Luminoso that everyone talks about. I actually haven't used it a lot because every time I use it, I feel like it makes me look kind of yellow. Like the tone of it is so yellow. And I don't want like yellow orange cheeks. I just want kind of more pinky, salmon-y color cheeks. But yeah, you can see there, even there, it looks just kind of this weird yellow color. It does have a nice luminosity to it, and I could see how it could look beautiful in some other skin tones. But I think it's not really working for me. So I may consider decluttering or getting rid of this one or giving it to someone else who may like it better. But yeah, not a huge fan of this. And then next one, this is one of the first blushes I ever got. This is the Amazonian Clay Tarte 12-hour blush in the color Party. This is part of like a birthday gift from Sephora. It's got this little, it's pretty tiny. I have other Tarte blushes in the palette actually, and I have actually a couple blush palettes, including Hourglass. I can talk about those later, but this one's actually a nice color. It's like very simple pink, appropriate for work. Just that very neutral tone. It's actually perfect. I really should use this more. Yeah, I would say it's similar to to this blush. Let's just compare that for a second in color. This is the Colourpop Mini Me. Well, actually the Colourpop Mini Me is a lot more pink. But I think, yeah, this one's definitely more mature color and much more work friendly. So yeah, I actually should use this more. I'm gonna just kind of leave this color out for myself to use this right now. And this next one is the Colourpop Supershock Cheek Satin Blush in Prenup. It's that kind of fun texture that all these Supershock products have, and it's also this more cool toned blue based, white based blush. It's actually pretty good for work as well. This is more warm than this, the Tarte one, but this actually is a nice kind of more pinky veering on mauve color. So yeah, I do use this one quite a bit. As you can see, it's got a divot in it. I kind of swirl my brush in there and kind of dab it on it. There's not a huge... It's kind of hard to tell how to best use this, and I know some people like it, some people don't, but this has got good staying power if we can make it work for you to stay on your cheek, to blend out well on your cheeks. So this is a good one. I do use this quite often. And then this last one is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots Powder Blush in Sweet Pea. A lot of people talk about the quality of this. It's really, really nice. I use this a lot for work because it's such a normal human color. Actually, this is very similar to the Colourpop one. Maybe a little bit more pink than mauve. It's a very natural, work appropriate color. So I thought I was done with this video, but I realized I had these two things right there. And so these are two palettes that contain blushes. This one contains 2 blushes and this one contains 4. This is pretty old, but I really loved it when I first got it. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush palette. It came out like years and years ago, I think when I was in medical school a while ago. It's got this huge mirror, it's got 4 beautiful colors in it. I don't know why I haven't used it in a while. I probably will just leave it out so I can use it right now. So it's got 4 colors. They're very, it's got a good range. So it's got this very bright orange coral color, cooler pink, a very nude, and then a more, this one's actually got sparkles in it. I don't know if you can see that, but I think these two, this one is my most used. This is neutral, and I can, just push on that, kind of made a dent. This one's very neutral, and it's easy to use. So let me swatch these for you. So this is the first color. I think the 4 colors, they're not in stock anymore. They don't make this palette, but this is a very beautiful neutral color. It's got a little kind of more beigey pink to it. And then I'm gonna swatch this very pink bright color right here. This is much more cool tone, almost like purple on my skin. I don't know whether I'd be able to wear this on a regular basis, but that's that. And then the next one is this very bright coral pink, very kind of neon even. It's definitely neon. Also another color I'm not sure I could wear on a regular basis. And then the last one is this kind of nude. It's almost got that kind of shiny NARS Orgasm quality, but more orange, I think. It's got more of a reddish orange undertone to it. So that's that one. Actually really beautiful. I really like this top one right here and the bottom one. And these middle ones, kind of jury's out on those. So these are those blushes. I think I should probably try using them more. It's a really beautiful packaging. So next one is the the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Unlocked palette. It's the first one, not the ghost one that they had, but this is what it looks like. It's got kind of 6 pans. I got this, I think, a year and a half ago or 2 years ago when it came out. It's got 2 blush shades. This is more of a neutral. This is like kind of a mauve-y purple shade. Bronzing, a couple kind of powder, kind of setting powders, and then a highlight. Just actually, this is also really beautiful. I should use this more as well. So this is the kind of mauve-y color. It's so silky. It's like very standard Hourglass, I think. It's actually coming out more of a having more of an orange undertone than I thought it would. Less purple than it looks in the pan, which is actually nice. It's more wearable, I think. And then this other one is kind of, this one's got a more intense shimmer quality to it, more of like a orange neutral color. Actually like kind of getting a little bit of both on my brush and then putting them on, and I think they're a good combo together. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!